I'm not a fan of horror games or scary games, but Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle is both of those, yet neither of those entirely, because it's a puzzle game. It's from, I'm assuming, the makers of Slayaway Camp, because the games play extremely similar to each other, and this feels like a Slayaway Camp redressing, just with the Friday the 13th franchise and Jason Voorhees for you to play as. If you've not played either of these games before, though, they're highly recommended because they're great puzzlers. They're sliding puzzles, so it means that you move Jason up, down, left or right, and he'll keep going until he hits something. That's normally a wall, a booby trap, which will kill you and you need to restart the level, or a person, and the idea is to kill everyone in the level. Once you then do that, you will then unlock the final person to kill. And majority of the levels in the game, particularly from like the third world onwards, and there's 12 worlds in total with 13 levels each for you to kind of conquer, they all kind of rely on this mechanic of trying to maneuver people into the right location so that you can then get access to that final person. Because it might be that they're trapped behind some mines that you need to explode with some people, or it might be that they're in an awkward location that means that you have to stack people up or kill someone at a certain point that stops you in a way that you can then directly slide to kill that final person. It's tricky, but what I really like about it is that Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle is relatively open with how the solutions can be found. And once you start getting into the logic of how things work, you actually start to see the solutions a little bit better as you go through the game. Because initially you look at a level and you think, God, I could slide anywhere. But actually, as more and more traps become available in the game, it becomes almost not more linear, but it's easier to kind of, by process of elimination, realise that you can't go in some directions until something has happened to unlock that path. The booby traps that come in throughout the game really do help with that as well. So you get electric fences, which obviously mean that they're off limits. You'll also have mines, you'll have water, which you'll drown in, holes to fall down. All of these things take away choices away from you, so it means that you have to be very specific. And then time cops start to pop into the game as well, and if you end up next to them or in their line of sight when you stop, they'll shoot you dead. So again, that takes out like a whole row. A lot of this will then revolve around you needing to scare your victims out of the way into different locations and almost pushing them around like blocks themselves. And what I really like about this is that the game allows you to view things from an isometric perspective, where you can press a button and view it from the top down as well. When you scare someone, you do that by kind of rocking up next to them or killing someone next to them. They'll scream and run off in the opposite direction, and that can be a way to kill them, or it could be a way to stack up people so that you can then open up your new pathway that you'd always just slide across without them being there. The final kind of trick in the ointment is that you'll also have things that you can knock over, and that can stop people escaping out of the level, because some levels have escape hatches that they can get to. Or it can be that that also provides that kind of stopgap in the middle of a lane, so that means that you can then access new places from there on in. One of the things that did start to get annoying for me towards the end of the game was that there was cats involved, and if you kill a cat, then that's deemed animal cruelty and you need to restart the level. But the cats get in the way quite a lot, so a lot of where I failed was always around that. There's also a daily death sideshow, which means that you get a new level every single day, and there's a trophy related to doing 13 of those in a row. Well, hey, in keeping with the franchise. And there's also a kind of mini-game hit, and you get this at the end of every level anyway, where you have to kind of mini-game hit to get like a special kill with the variety of weapons that you unlock. Now, that's all well and good, but what I found with this game, particularly compared to Slayaway Camp, is that you have a variety of different weapons at your disposal, but the actual actions of them aren't specific to the weapon. So I'd get really weird things where I'd be holding a purse and I'd ram it through someone's chest. And I was like, well, that's not a stake. So it did take away the immersion a little bit. But as an actual puzzle game itself, fantastic, really enjoyable, bloody and gory. You can turn the blood off, but it kind of ruins the point, if I'm perfectly honest. But it's a great one for Halloween. Written review will be over on higherplanegames.com. You guys take care. Have a good one. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane-network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.